There was a horrible, tragic accident at Kings Island this last week. How often do these things happen, and how can they be prevented? If you missed the news, there was a really tragic accident that happened at Kings Island that basically happened because somebody didn't pay attention to basic safety rules. A gentleman apparently lost his keys on the Banshee roller coaster, asked the ride attendants to get them for him, wasn't satisfied with the answer, which was wait until the park closes in about 2 hours. We can get them then, and decided that he was going to get them himself. Decided to hop over a safety fence and tragically got hit and killed. This is not the first time this has happened. There have been 2 other times, same type of roller coaster, different locations, that this same kind of thing has happened because people lost something on a ride, did not want to wait, didn't obey the safety rules. So then the question becomes, how often does this happen and how do you prevent it? It's sad for this gentleman's family and the ride ops and the people who were on the ride and had to witness it, but it never should have happened to begin with. And there's just something about people who go to amusement parks that they take their brain and they throw it out and don't use common sense. When you've got a big, huge fence and signs on it that say keep out, safety zone, that should be kind of a dead giveaway. It's dangerous. Don't go there. And yet, every year there are instances of people crossing these barriers, climbing these fences, and going into places they shouldn't. Again, thankfully, this is rare. It's probably the most uncommon instance of an accident. But what a lot of people don't realize is that 99% of injuries at theme parks that happen are because of things that the people do themselves. They are mistakes that people make. They are violating safety rules. They're basically the cause of the person themselves. Something that actually happens as a result of a mechanical issue is rare. I have to laugh every time I see the news and you see this news article going, "Oh no, the roller coaster stopped on the lift hill. They were stuck for 30 minutes. Ah!" It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The lift hill is a stopping zone in case there is any sort of issue. That's also why you have a mid-break run. So if you're on a longer coaster and you notice it has this flat spot and you can hear these brakes kind of grab it and slow it down a little, it's actually there to stop it if it needs to make sure something bad doesn't happen. And there's a walkway and stairs at that spot. It really kind of cracks me up when people don't understand how these work. There's so many safety features built into them that the chances of a mechanical issue actually causing an injury on a ride like a roller coaster is minuscule. Generally, there are a couple places where people don't take care of their stuff, but those are the very, very rare exceptions. The parks are going to take care of it because they don't want you getting hurt. Because if you get hurt, it causes major, multiple issues. They want you to be there, have a good time, forget about stuff like that, and not have to worry about it. So instead, what you do see when you see people get hurt, it's because they do things they shouldn't. At Silver Dollar City, probably the most common issue that we saw was we were on a hill that had been slurried. It's basically a coating on the pavement. And if it rained, it got a little slick, and we would watch people run down that hill. And we're up there going, walk, don't run. Boof! Don't run in parks. You'll run into somebody or something, or you'll slip on the ground, and don't run. Walk. The park's still going to be there. That ride's not moving in that short time. I know. You're excited. I get it. Walk. If there are signs posted, obey them. We would watch people... people on three-wheel scooters are entertaining because three-wheel scooters just aren't real balanced. And rather than driving either perpendicular to the hill or across it, they would do this weird angle so that the scooter would just kind of angle. And Yeah, we had a few times that scooters tipped over because people didn't know how to drive them. If you're going to drive a scooter, learn how to drive it first. If you're going to walk and you see scooters, pay attention to around you. Very likely the most common injury in the parks is either people getting run into by scooters or by strollers. The fault goes both directions a lot of times. When I've gone into a park and I've used a scooter, I can't tell you how many times I had people cut me off, stop in front of me. I've missed people by like this because they would walk right in front of me and then stop. These things don't stop on a dime, folks. It takes a second for them to catch on, and there's not a break. You just stop moving forward. Or strollers. We joked that during the holidays we would wear 2 pairs of socks because we would be out there stationary, not moving, taking pictures of people at Disney, and people would run into the back of us, whether strollers or scooters. I'm not moving. I've been there the whole time. Bam! At least a couple times a day during the holidays. At least. All the time. So you got people who can't drive, can't push a stroller. Then you have other people who don't pay any attention and just step right in front of you. So it's kind of a disaster in the making. That was probably the most common accident I saw. And then you would have people that, yeah, like I said, wouldn't pay attention to common sense stuff. Don't run in the park. Don't obey the safety rules. If you see the signs there that say don't go here, don't go there. If there's a fence, don't climb the fence. Every day at Disney, you'd see somebody that would climb a fence to get a better picture or to pose or... Stop it! Magic Kingdom, back when they had a lot more lawns and they would have rabbits that were out in the grass, you would have people that would want to hop the fence to go pet the bunnies. Don't hop the fence to go pet the bunnies. I still remember one time, one of my friends is a photographer, was told that some kid had hopped the fence to go pet the bunnies, and after it was level, it would drop pretty quickly to go down into the moat that was all around the castle. And my friend got told that there was a child that had fallen in the water because they went to go pet the bunny and mom and dad didn't pay any attention. And he's a photographer. His first instinct, there's a kid in the water. He is over that fence. He's off into the water to go find this kid because we can't see him. He got both a commendation and a reprimand. Commendation, great job going after the child. Thank you for your bravery, your courage, and thinking of the guests before yourself. The reprimand, because he forgot to take off his camera and the electronic gear that went with it, and he went into the water with the camera and the pad and ruined them completely. Yeah. We teased him about that for a while. It's like, yeah, awesome job. But again, that was rare. We did watch people, though, that they would stand in the middle of Main Street on the trolley tracks with the trolley coming. Hey, let me get my picture with the trolley. Not realizing that those trolleys weigh several tons, and those horses, when they're going, they don't stop on Main Street because it's a slope, and if they stop, they may not get going again real easy. And so they just keep going. If somebody's in the way, somebody better get out of the way and hurry, because I did have a couple times I had to grab people and yank them out of the way because they wouldn't move. Get out of the way! Move! And it was just stuff like that. People didn't pay attention, didn't listen to the employees or the cast members, didn't pay attention to the safety signs, and did their own thing, and that's almost invariably what led to injury. At Silver Dollar City, I saw one time, that somebody got injured by something that was not their fault. And yeah, that was on the train, and I tell that story in another video. It was kind of messy. But not a serious injury, just a messy one. Otherwise, every other injury I can think of, every other incident where somebody got hurt, something happened, it was either their fault or the fault of the person driving the stroller or scooter. It was somebody doing what they shouldn't have been doing, and it led to them or somebody else around them getting hurt. Honestly, in 10 years, I cannot think of a single other time that somebody got hurt. So, simple rule. If you don't want to get hurt, especially seriously, pay attention to the rules. Pay attention to the cast members. Look at the fences. Look at the locked doors. Don't go where you're not supposed to. Walk. Okay, maybe walk in a hurry sometimes, but don't run. Don't do stuff that's going to get you hurt. I will say that it was one thing that I really did appreciate about Disneyland Paris is if people wanted to do dumb stuff there, they just let them do it and go ahead and get hurt, and then laugh at them and say, well, you should have known better not to do it. Because in Europe, they don't pay attention to the silly, frivolous lawsuits that we do here in the States. You got hurt because you were doing something dumb? Your own fault. Tough luck, too bad. Yeah, it would definitely make things a little different here. Be smart, pay attention, obey the rules, and you won't have to worry about anybody getting hurt in your group. So, did I miss something? Have you seen something else? Do you have a story about safety? I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments below. Thank you so much to my patrons and my supporters for supporting, making this possible, and helping me to continue to do this after so many years. It's been crazy how this has gone. If you want to know more about being a supporter and the perks that come with it, check the description below. There's a ton of information about other stuff there as well. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.